You think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Divine Beauty channel. It's August. I can't believe it's mid-August actually while we're filming this.
School time.
We started school yesterday. And with that being said, I don't know if you follow my Facebook page, I put an announcement up yesterday. But with school and super busy schedules, I've learned that I can't get videos up by Friday. It's really hard with my schedule. So from here on out, videos will go up on Saturday because it seems to work better with my schedule. It's a lot easier for me to edit and film and whatnot. So, and if you don't follow my Facebook page, be sure to go follow it. I put a lot of announcements and stuff up on there, as well as my Instagram account. So those are linked down below. What we want to talk about today is that this channel originally started out as a blog. And then I quickly realized that I'm not really good at writing, but I'm really good at talking. So that's how I decided to make it a YouTube channel instead of a blog. But with my blog, I did make one post, and today we're going to kind of talk about what that post was. And talk about what kind of led to that. And with the Love Yourself video last week, this kind of goes right along with what we're talking about, just a little bit more in depth. Like I said before, we have Carla back.
Yay! Hi guys, I missed you all.
If you remember her from the media video, which will come up right here, right now, in the eye, so be sure to check that out after you watch all of this one. But yeah, so the title of that blog that I wrote was called Have Courage and Be Kind. Now, if you're a Disney fan, you probably be like, that quote kind of sounds familiar. It's because it's from the newest version of the Cinderella movie, which I love. Have you seen the newest version of the Cinderellas?
I haven't.
Oh,
I heard good things about it, but I never watched it.
Oh, it's so good. We're going to have to watch it tonight. I love that movie, and I especially love this quote, and that's what led me to write about it. Kind of having courage and being kind. I wanted to break it down, so we'll start with having courage. So what does it mean to you to have courage?
Well, to me, I feel like courage is being able to do something that others might not be able to do, but they want to do. And so just having bravery and being able to do it even if it scares you.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I kind of think of courage as like the guards that escort fear out.
Okay.
And allow Faith to walk in.
Yes.
So it kind of like rolls out the red carpet for Faith. So I really like the imagery because I always think of like these courageous, just like big muscular men that like escorts fear right on out of your brain. But then lets Faith walk in as well. And when they work as a team, Faith and courage, you can do a lot of things. And so when I wrote about having courage, originally in this blog post, one of the things I struggle with, and I don't know if you struggle with as well, but is those self-doubting thoughts that always come into my brain. Definitely when they always seem to come up when I really like someone. If I really find the guy that I really like, and all these thoughts are just like, they're like, no, you're not good enough for him, or he'll never date you, or you're not pretty enough. And I think that's something that got me thinking about, because when the time I wrote this blog post, I really had this crush. That sounds so elementary. It sounds so elementary to me to say crush.
Everybody has crushes though.
A crush on this guy. But I had all these thoughts coming in, and I realized that I needed the courage to escort those thoughts right on out. So what, have you had an experience like that before?
Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody, guys and girls, experience the same thing, especially when you like somebody. Or when you like somebody, you see things valuable in them, and you want them to like certain things about you. You want them to be interested in you. And so if you feel like you don't have as much to offer to them as they do to you, it's like, well, we're not, or
equal.
we're not equal, or like he's out of my league. And I know me especially, even if somebody is interested in me, if somebody shows interest in me, if there's another person that shows interest in him, and I feel like, oh, that person has so much more to offer than I do, then I feel like, oh, well, he doesn't like me. He can't like me because there's another person who likes him too. And they may be prettier, or they may be more talented than I am, or they may have more things in common. I'll almost look for things that they do better than I do. And it's almost an automatic thing. I feel like I don't try, but it happens automatically.
Yeah.
I compare myself to that other person, and I usually feel like, oh, that person's better than me, so he probably isn't actually interested in me, even when he's obviously showing that he might be interested in me. And so I don't know, just having the ability to escort those thoughts right on out can can create friendships and good relationships too. And having being afraid to like somebody, or having the feeling like you don't deserve to be liked that much by somebody that you feel like is out of your league, can sometimes destroy a relationship before it even begins.
That's very true. Yeah.
So I don't know, sometimes it can hinder you from actually having what you want, even when you have the ability to get it. So
yeah, no, I agree with that. Like it can, well, it changes who you are. I feel like you're not allowing your real self to be outward when you are constantly pulling yourself down. Mm-hmm. So your real self is being pulled down, and so then you just are exhorting, is that the right word, this very scared and nervous person, when you're a very fun-loving person, but because you're allowing these thoughts to come in your brain, that real person isn't coming out in you, which could hinder that relationship. And that if that person did really like you, they could be like, oh, I don't like this scared and nervous person.
And sometimes when I feel like when I doubt how valuable I am, and I feel like, oh, well, this person doesn't have a reason to like me anyway, when they actually show interest in me, I can become a mean person. Like, he doesn't like me anyway, maybe he's just being funny, acting like he likes me when he really doesn't. Just ridiculous stuff, when in fact it's really simple. They just may be interested in what you have and in the person that you are. But I don't know, just doubtful thoughts can make it seem like they don't, and turn you into somebody that you're not.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think something that I talked about in my blog post is that having the courage to do something about it. So I'm one of those people that when I really, really like someone, I don't do anything about it. Like, it's almost, I somehow put it in my brain that it's bad that I like them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to explain that, but I freeze up, and I don't allow that to show for it. I freeze up like a girl in Canada, you know.
We're not used to cold weather down here.
No, we're southern.
That is true. I had a student this summer who he came up to me. He was like, Miss Carla, do you know anything about relationships and true love? And I was like, a little bit. Why? And he was like, well, I think I'm in love with this girl, but every time I go around, I don't know what to say, so I just don't talk to her. And I was like,
that's exactly how I feel.
And I was like, well, why not? He was like, I don't know. It just leaves me. And this guy, he was so funny and outgoing. Everybody knows him for being super funny and just loud and talkative and really friendly, just really personable. And I told him, I was like, well, you should be careful, because if you're friendly to everybody else, but you get around her and you don't speak to her, you barely look at her, she might even think that you don't like her at all. Like, you might have something against her, like that you're being mean to her. So why don't you try to be around her more often, so you'll be comfortable with the idea that you like her, and you'll be comfortable being in her presence, and then slowly but surely you can be yourself, because yourself is so much better than a quiet, nonchalant person. Because he's just out there bubbly. I love him.
Yeah, no, but I know the feeling. Like, I feel the same way he did. I feel like, I'm like, well, I like this person, but shh, don't tell them. Don't tell them I like them. I'm not going to let them know that I like them, which is dumb, because then you're not going to get it anywhere at all. So I think having the courage to say, hey, I like you,
Mm-hmm.
and well, let's do something about this.
Or
let's
at
see
least
if it works, or
at
whatever.
least let your action, even if you don't want to say it directly, allow your actions to show like, hey, I'm interested in you. Be nice to them, be talkative, not just like look at them and not say nothing or look away,
or run away,
or be mean.
Don't
to
run
them.
away.
But and the student that I talked about earlier, he's in high school, but we're in college and we struggle with the same thing. So I feel like it's a problem for any and every age and every gender
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah, definitely. So be kind. Something going right along with what we've already talked about. You always think of kindness, and when I first saw this quote from Cinderella, like have courage and be kind, I always thought be kind to others. Like that's the first thing that kind of comes into my head or whatever. But I never realized the person that was being the most mean to me was myself. And so I think having the courage to be kind to yourself is a big thing. And I think a lot of people, including myself, struggle with that so much. And I still struggle with it. I just posted, after doing the Love Yourself video, I posted a thing on Facebook and Instagram about how I struggle with, negative thoughts and not being kind to myself and tearing myself apart. And that's something I struggle with still today. Like, I still battle those negative thoughts. And I think a lot of people do on a day-to-day basis struggle with that. But having the courage to say, no, I am beautiful and I am worth so much more than these negative thoughts that are coming into my head is something that can powerfully change how you think of yourself. They say a little bit of kindness goes a long way. Well, try doing it to yourself and see how far that goes. I've seen the tremendous change to myself just by trying to re-trigger my brain to say kind things to myself instead of negative things to myself.
I think that's really important, and especially for people who are in our age range and struggle with things like that. It's really important to learn how to value yourself, because I feel like today something that's really popular is comparing yourself to other people.
Absolutely.
And saying, well, this person does something better than I do. I don't have what this person has. I can't do what this person does. So comparing yourself and seeing what you cannot do or something that you could do better, instead of emphasizing the things that are great about you and the things that you happen to do very well, the things that you do naturally well. This summer I got to teach a class called Ladies of Distinction, and we had a guest speaker come in and talk about basically being kind to yourself and having enough value in yourself to not basically give yourself away to the point where there is no more you left for you, kinda. She made a metaphor where she's like, imagine you have a Debbie cake box. I love Debbie cakes, by the way. Imagine you have a Debbie cake.
She loves Debbie cakes a lot.
Yes, I do. Little Debbie. Imagine you have a Debbie cake box and you start giving them out to the people that you care about. Oh, I care about you. Let me give this to you. Let me give this to you. Let me give this to you. But none of them are willing to give any Debbie cakes back to you to refill your box. Eventually, your box will be completely empty, and you won't have any for yourself, and you won't have any to give to others as well. And so
that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
My
and
goodness.
so she basically said, hey, Miss Kelly, if you're watching,
Hi.
she basically said you have to be willing to have limits and to love yourself enough to not allow people to be in your life if they're only taking from you, but allow yourself to be with people who add to your life as well. So not only you giving to people, but people who value you and help you to find the value in yourself as well. So not only interacting with people who take from you. But in that, allowing yourself to be with people who give and show you how valuable you are allows you to see how valuable you are as well, because sometimes it is hard to see, like, these are the things that I do well, I'm a great person. And so it's helpful when you have people around you to show you when you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. That's so great. Awesome job, Miss Kelly.
Yes.
I love that. And it just makes me think of how important it is to take care of yourself. You know, I always think of the saying where they're like, you have to put the air mask on yourself if a plane's going down before you help someone else. And I think that starts with self-confidence as well. Like, you have to be able to be kind to yourself and to fill your own, well, not your own box, but fill yourself and not allow bad, negative things to come in order to help other people. Not necessarily saying that you have to be 100% I love myself, but you have to have enough Debbie cakes in your box to be able to give that out. And I love that. I think that is point on.
Yes. Something else that I struggle with all the time is being kind enough to myself to basically motivate my own self, be my own cheerleader when it comes to trying new things. Everybody gets afraid when they're, doing something that they've never done before. It's exciting, but it can be nerve-wracking too sometimes. And so sometimes I down myself and it's like, oh, I probably can't do that. I may not be talented enough, or I've never done this before, so I probably won't be good at it. And there's a quote that I say, it's like, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
I love that.
You're right. So if you think you can't do it, then 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to do it. But if you think you can and you go in with the right mindset, you will be able to do it. And so being kind to yourself and allowing,
positivity.
Yeah, positivity. Being your own cheerleader and saying, yes, I can do this. Sometimes you have the ability to do things and have the ability to do things well, like super good. And because you go in with the wrong mindset, you fail at it.
Yep. You have to have the courage to do it.
That's right.
You have to have the courage to do it. And I think a lot of times it's just taking that jump. When you're talking about doing something that you're not very good at or you've never done before, and so you're just beating yourself up because you're like, I'm going to be horrible at this, I think just having the courage to jump and the faith to jump and just try it. If you fail, at least you tried.
That's right. You can say that you tried. And most people don't succeed the first time they try new things anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So being able to get up and try again, that's completely fine.
Yeah. We might put a clip of our first video in here.
Lord.
It was bad. It was really, really bad. But we tried and we got better, thank goodness.
And we will get better and
we will get better. But I think because just having the courage and faith to jump. Like I said earlier, like if you take courage and you take faith and you put them together as a team, my goodness, so many crazy awesome things are gonna happen. And they're going to fill your Debbie cake box.
That's right. Full of Debbie cakes.
Full of Debbie cakes.
And
especially the Swiss rolls. Those are my favorite.
Come on now, oatmeal pies. And also, giving yourself the kindness and the self-confidence that you deserve allows you to have that courage to put with that faith. So it just all comes together. It all goes together.
It's like a Debbie cake basket.
Yes. Yes, Come on. Birthday present.
We love Debbie cakes. Debbie cake, if you're watching, we would love some Debbie cakes.
You can sponsor this video.
They're not sponsoring this video, but email me. So that's our message today. Have courage and be kind. Have the courage to do something you've never done before. Have the courage to be kind to yourself, and be kind to yourself. Be kind to others as well, but be kind to yourself and support yourself in a way that you can one day just hand out a bunch of Debbie cakes out of your basket and still have. I just love that. Thank you so much. I keep going back to it, and it also makes me really hungry. But
And also, maybe this week after watching this video, you can comment down below something that you are going to try new this week, or something that you're going to challenge yourself to have the courage to do, or maybe something that you did do, you finally, you know, were your own cheerleader and you convinced yourself into doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or trying.
We want to hear about it. We want to hear your ups and downs and what you did, and if you failed, we still want to hear about it, because you know what, I've done a lot of things and I failed miserably at it, but it taught me to keep going.
Yep. So yeah,
that's it.
Be
sure to subscribe. We are at 55 subscribers. Ow,
Yay!
amazing. That's so exciting. Thank you everyone that has subscribed and supported this channel. We have a lot planned. This week we're filming a bunch of stuff. And we will be on USC campus here in the next couple of weeks. We'll be filming, so watch out for us if you're on USC campus.
Oh, yeah.
USC as in University of South Carolina,
not Southern California. USC.
We funny story, I accidentally applied to Southern California thinking it was South Carolina, because their web address is not similar, but theirs is usc.or.edu and ours is sc.edu. Anyways, that's a side note, but yeah, we'll be on campus soon doing a video, and we have a lot of super things excited. It's really exciting with the new school year.
A lot of new adventures.
You'll see Carla a ton, and you'll see some of the other girls that have already been in the video a ton, and then you'll see some new girls coming in as well, and some men. We have a men episode coming out soon. It's really exciting. I'm excited for all of y'all to see it. We wanted to reach out and kind of get a different demographic, and so the men were coming for you. We have 3 men that will be in one of our videos, so we're really excited. So anyway, so subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. You don't want to miss.
Right there on the left side of your screen. Somewhere in this region.
The red button. Somewhere in this region.
It's just somewhere.
Be sure to go check out the Facebook page and Instagram page and follow that. We put a lot of, well, I keep saying we, but it's I run all of these sites. Carla helps me a lot though.
I just support.
I put up a lot of things on there that are good to know, and also we do little special things that we talk about on there too. Follow us on Instagram. I'm hoping soon to be doing a Q&A on Instagram Live, because they have the Instagram stories now, which I love. So be sure to follow the Divine Beauty page on Instagram. Like and comment below. And I think that covers all of it, right?
I think so.
All right. Until next time.
Bye. Mwah.